Good morning. Before we begin, we would like to thank you for the opportunity to speak with the board today. We greatly appreciate it. I am Gina Durnford, and I am joined by
Constance Olsen.
And
I'm Abby Keys.
We are the Digital Leadership Task Force for Composite School District.
We're meeting here as a team.
A graduate student pursuing leadership studies this year at Memorial University. And I'm a member of the Digital Leadership Task Force. And the topic goes like leading the digital shift, a framework for equitable digital transformation in Composite School District.
Over the last several weeks, we have been studying how Composite School District is leading, and in some cases struggling to lead, through digital transformation. What we found has changed how we see the problem and how we think about it, and we feel that it should change how the district plans to respond as well. That is what we are here to talk to you about today. Let's start with the stakes. We are here to emphasize that what we are facing is a leadership problem, not a technology problem. Composite School District serves about 7,000 students across 13 schools, a mix of urban and rural communities with a significant Indigenous and English language learner population. Technology use in classrooms has steadily grown, but leadership capacity to guide that growth has not kept pace. Right now, the district has no shared framework for digital leadership, uneven access to technology across our schools, and inconsistent use of AI amongst staff. That gap isn't evenly spread. In Ontario, only 39% of rural elementary schools report having a vice principal, as you can see, compared to 50% of urban schools. Fewer people to distribute leadership and mentor the next generation of leaders. Put simply, what looks like a technology gap is actually a leadership gap. And if we don't act, digital transformation will widen, not close, the distance between our urban and rural schools. As you can see, the evidence is consistent in Canada and internationally. Leaders are confident with their devices, but they are not equipped to lead the learning with them. A 2025 study across Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba found that rural teaching principals are managing full classroom loads on top of their administrative duties, leaving almost no time for professional learning or peer collaboration. The Consortium for School Networking Framework tells us the same story nationally. Leaders are confident managing devices, but far less confident connecting technology to instructional improvement, equity, or even decision-making. And rural leaders in particular face fewer peer networks and real infrastructure barriers that urban leaders simply don't encounter. So this isn't a motivation problem. Our leaders want to lead this work. What's missing is a structured, equitable pathway to build that capacity. And that is exactly the gap our recommendations are built to close. Abby will now discuss why this moment is so significant.
So why does this matter right now more than it might have 5 years ago? Because AI has changed the timeline. As Fullen and colleagues put it in 2024, we simply cannot argue for or against AI. It's here. We have to navigate it, using distinctly human abilities like ethical judgment and social intelligence. That's a big ask for leaders who are still building basic confidence with technology integration. Leaders are now expected to set AI policy, guide ethical use in classrooms, and model literacy for staff and students, often with no preparation at all. And here's the missed opportunity. Most current professional development treats AI only as something students learn about. Almost none of it treats AI as a tool leaders themselves can use for analyzing school data, drafting communications, or getting on-demand coaching. That gap between AI as a subject and AI as a leadership tool is exactly where our recommendations are aimed. We didn't build this plan from opinion. We grounded it in 2 frameworks already used across the field. The ISTE standards for education leaders point us to 3 priorities for this district: equity and citizenship, making sure digital tools and access are equitable; team leadership, empowering teachers, not just administrators, to lead digital learning. And finally, professional growth. Leaders modeling the same continuous learning they expect from staff. COSN's Essential Skills Framework adds the systems lens, leadership and vision, connecting technology directly to teaching and learning goals, and understanding the educational environment, meaning rural areas, funding, and staffing all shape what's realistic for a given school. Both frameworks point to the same conclusion. Our leaders are strong on managing devices and under-supporting on linking technology to real instructional change. That's the gap our three-part strategy is built to close. So, based on this analysis, we're recommending a three-part strategy for the district. 1. Tiered, competency-based professional learning, assessed against ISTE and COSN, delivered through micro-credentials and coaching cohorts, rather than one-off workshops. 2. Equity by design, meaning rural and remote leaders help design the PD, not just receive it, with dedicated funding for release time, connectivity, and mentorship. And 3, treating AI as both a topic leaders must understand and a tool that can lighten their own workload. I'll hand it off to Constance to walk through what this looks like in practice and how we'd respond to the objection we know this board is already thinking about.
Recommendation in practice continuum. AI. AI is something leaders understand and something leaders use. Leaders use AI as a topic and then also as a tool. Under topic, leaders use AI in policy and ethics for classroom AI use, guiding teachers through responsible implementation, and then also modeling AI literacy for staff and students. When we come to AI as a tool, leaders mostly use AI to analyze school-level data for decisions, drafting stakeholder communications, and then also on-demand coaching and stimulated leadership scenarios. Anticipating the objection, we mostly say we don't have the time or budget for another initiative. But we agree, which is why this is not a new initiative. It's embedded in existing PDs, staff meetings, and coaching structures already funded and scheduled. Rural leaders lose the most time to travel and isolation today. Hybrid delivery and regional cohorts reduce travel time. They don't add to it. The rare cost is what inaction produces. Without this plan, the equity gap between urban and rural schools widens with every year AI adoption accelerates.
So, here's what we're asking the board to decide today. First, approve this three-part strategy for district-wide rollout. Second, direct dedicated funding specifically towards rural release time, connectivity, and mentorship. Because without a funding commitment, equity stays a slogan instead of a plan. And third, charge our task force to return within one term with a fully co-designed rollout plan, built together with the rural and remote leaders it's meant to serve. Digital transformation is coming to this district, whether or not we lead it. Without intentional design, it will reproduce the very inequities we're trying to close. With this plan, it becomes the district's clearest lever for equity instead. On behalf of Gina, Constance, and myself, thank you. We're glad to take your questions.